So guys, as you can see, I have got a range of different equipment here that I use on a daily for my photography and also for my YouTube channel where I do a little bit of video as well. So I'm just going to run you guys through what I've got and what I use and why I've got them. So this is essentially the kit that I take with me on pretty much every shoot. So starting from right to left, I have got the Tamron 70-180 2.8. This was a pickup that I bought last year, so middle of last year around this time. So I've had this lens for about a year plus now, and yeah, it's fantastic for in studio work, and it's amazing the compression that it gives you. It is absolutely amazing, and it is so sharp for the value. Good, very good for the value. Another favorite when it comes to headshot is this one. This is the SONY A7iv 1.8. I went with the Tokina version simply because of affordability. The Sony version of this is almost 2 times the price of this particular lens, but I think the Sony one, you can get it used roughly around the same price of this. This thing is really heavy, but this lens really shines when you are outdoors, when you shoot outdoors, and you get that creamy background, and it also is really good for compression, similar to the Tamron. It is fantastic. For camera body, my backup camera body, but previously the camera that made me really fell in love with the Sony system is the SONY A7iv. I love this camera. This camera has been through the wars, and yeah, it's fantastic, and it's hold up. I've had it now for a couple of years, and it's been my bread and butter until I've got this one, which I'll talk to you guys about in a minute. But on this camera, I currently use it for BTS videos. So on this particular camera, I currently have this Samyang 18mm 2.8. This lens is good for BTS because it gives you that wider field of view, but it is a bit soft on the ends, so you have to make sure you got, you know, your subject pretty much in the center, because anything towards the ends is going to be really soft. But this is what I shoot all the BTS that you see on the channel with currently. So yeah, my SONY A7iv, and on that I've also got a cage. So this is a Magic Rig cage. I always have a cage on my cameras, cage and also screen protector on my cameras whenever I buy them, just to help me get that added layer of protection. So that is our BTS, and then my main body and most recent pickup is the SONY A7 IV, and this is a beauty. The eye autofocus, everything about this, it's amazing. Obviously it's an updated version of the SONY A7iv, but with all the new bits and bobs. This is actually a brand new version of this particular camera that I've had issues with the memory card slot with the previous one, so I had to return that and got a new one. And on this I've got my trusty, and probably the lens that's always on my main camera, is the 28-70 2.8 Tamron. Again, going with Tamron, for not only for the value but also the quality you get out of it. So it's absolutely amazing. It's probably taken about 80% of the images you see on my portfolio. This thing is a workhorse. It absolutely does the job. And again, I've got another cage on here, and I think this one is the newer, I can't remember what name it is, but this is the newer cage, just to add a little layer of protection as well, and also have a screen protector on the back. In terms of lights, I do use studio lights a lot. So when I'm in studio, I use the Godox XT1S trigger for Sony. So I use that one. I also use that to trigger my AD200. I do own the Godox AD200 as well as an off-camera light. My other BTS camera and another latest pickup is this. This is the Insta360 Go 3, and it's so tiny. Let me show you. It is absolutely tiny, but this camera gives me the ability to actually do the POV style stuff that you are currently seeing on my channel, as well as it gives you so much option in terms of mounting it. Like you can take it from out the actual pod to maybe doing, it comes with a little necklace which you can magnetize to your shirt like this, and then you've got that POV view there. You've also got this hat clip which you can put on your hat, so you got this little mount here and you basically pin it on, and then you've got that to do POV style stuff. I absolutely love this little camera. It shoots 2.4K videos, also shoots time-lapse, loads of stuff. I've made a previous video about it, but that is my POV style camera. For audio, I've got two setups. So I currently use the Hollyland Lark M1 microphones, and these are two microphone, one receiver, and this is good for run and gun situations, so you can literally clip it onto someone and start recording. It's really good for the price and the quality. So yeah, the Hollyland Lark. And then a recent addition is the Godox Verso S system for Sony. With this, I can actually use it without having to use an actual cable on my camera, so which is really good because it has that Sony hot shoe interface, so you can just slip it on here. You don't even need an actual cable. But the added benefit of this compared to this is this comes with internal recording as well as a lavalier mic, which you are currently listening to at the moment. So it comes with two lavalier mics and also the ability to record internally, so that gives you redundant recording, which is obviously amazing, because if you were to mess up and your audio cable had come out, then at least you've still got the recording on a SD card, a micro SD card, which goes into here that you can then take out and recover. And in terms of monitor, I have got here is the Fieldworld, I think it's called the Fieldworld F6P. This is a HD monitor, so this enables me to actually monitor any footage I'm taking on any one of these cameras. I have got cables. This one works with HDMI in, it also has an HDMI out, and you can also power it via DC adapter, and it does take the normal SONY A7iv batteries as well as the Canon version. I can't remember the name of them, but it takes the Canon version. But yeah, this is just a, you can actually load lots and stuff on this as well, which is obviously amazing. And then in terms of gimbal, I currently use the Feiyutech AK2000C. So this one's pretty old. It's a pretty old gimbal, so it's been out for a long time, but it does the job. I am looking to upgrade this soon because this particular one is pretty heavy. Like after a while, with the camera, with the cage and the lens combined, and also put in all the other bits and bobs on it, it can get really heavy in terms of like long usage. So I'm looking for something a little bit more compact, and yeah, that's gonna be you know, okay in terms of my actual back. So I'll probably be upgrading this soon. I don't know when, but I will upgrade that. And in terms of our other camera for BTS, and which is currently recording us, is the iPhone 15 Pro. Obviously you would have seen the news that this camera and phone, basically it's gone up a notch and it can now shoot log footage, which is amazing, but there are a few caveats with that, with having to use external SSDs and stuff like this. But given the ability that it shoots that, it's amazing, because that'll give me an opportunity to actually match up these cameras with that a lot easier as well. And it's good for run and gun situations, like if I want to record a talking head video like this, just plug a wireless mic in, hit record, and I'm good to go. So that is my current setup. I do have a mobile phone gimbal as well. I don't know where it is, it's somewhere around, that I occasionally use just to give me a little bit more smoother footage. But the mobile phones, the iPhone in general particularly, gives really good footage now anyway. But yeah, so this is what I take on every job that I go to now, if I'm doing both video and photo. And this is my kit. I look forward to seeing you guys for the next one. Peace. that was a bit long.